blue floral, green floral, navy, red stripe, and taupe. And again, 6 through 11, whole and half sizes.
Have Suze back with us today because since Suze has launched here at HSN, every single visit you have sold out, which is so awesome. Just this year alone, we've sold over 20,000 of the gold box edition that we're going to be telling you about today. We in fact are going to invite your testimonials. I know that Suze has helped thousands and thousands and thousands of you. So tell us why you're buying Suze Orman's gold box. Tell us what you've learned from using it. We want to hear your experiences today. We are offering this to you on a sale price. You can get it at home for less than $17 on a credit card with a 30-day money-back guarantee. And we, in fact, are going to get started because, Suze, so many of us have read your books. We've watched you on television. You've told us about how to get out of debt, what to do if we're going to retire. You've really coached us all along over the last 35 years. But there are some fundamental things that we should all be preparing for, and you put them together for us here.
Yeah, because here's the bottom line, everybody. Here I am, I'm on HSN, and I'm thinking, what can I bring to all of you that you can use, just one item that you can use for your entire life? Whether you are graduating college, you're first getting a job, you're first investing in retirement plans, you've been investing in retirement plans, a pension plan, insurance, cars, homes, whatever it may be. And I decided I would do that and put it in one gold box. Now, this is just not an ordinary gold box. This is a box that is made out of polycarbonate. This is the exact same material that firemen's helmets are made out of. This is water resistant. This has everything in it that you can possibly need for the rest of your life. So I want you to think about this as your life in a box. Should we tell them what's in here, or you want to say anything else?
I want to say a few things if you don't mind. So I just got an update from our producer, Catherine. Since the launch, we've sold over 115,000. I want to mention to you that Suze is only here today. And this is exclusive only for today. And as I glance over to look at the remaining quantity, we are very, very limited. Something I didn't mention to you, Suze, when I met with you, when I walked into the building today, I met with our sales manager, and he was saying that you are already close to selling out, and we're trying to scramble behind the scenes. So I just want you to know, if you've watched Suze, and we all have watched Suze on television, and maybe you've even watched her here at HSN, and you plan on ordering, I don't want you to wait. Suze is gonna go into a lot of wonderful information, but while you're watching, I want you to take action to get this at home. So let's go into what we get here, Suze.
So I will, but before I do, I want you to think about your life. What does your life, your financial life, look like right now? Is it possible that it looks like this file cabinet over here, that if you needed to find something, this is where you've put it? You go and you stuff it in here and whatever. Now, one of the reasons that it's really important that you have everything in order is you never know when you are going to have to evacuate. You just don't know. I got a knock on my door years ago when there were those Oakland fires where 3,000 homes burnt down. It was 1 mile from me. I got a knock. Ms. Orman, you have 20 minutes to get away. And I went to a file cabinet that looked just like this. And I'm like, oh my God, where is everything? I didn't know what to do. It was after that experience that I decided we needed to have an organizational feature. Then, as the years went on, it developed into this. So, everything that is in this box here are things that you need. You are keeping things that you shouldn't have, and you don't have that which you should have. 15 by 15, about 5 inches thick. Again, this is plastic, polycarbonate. Do not go get in my little gold box home and go online and write a review, but it's not metal. It's not supposed to be metal, people. If this was metal and it was in a fire, everything in here would melt before you had any idea. So don't go telling me how to make what's great for you, and listen to what I've created for you. You know, over the years, we've sold over millions of these. You don't sell millions of something if it doesn't work. When you open this up, listen closely now. Bam, bam, right? All right, this is solid. You will open it up, and over here, this will serve as a tabletop. Over here, when you open it up, this is held in place, listen closely, by very strong Velcro straps. This 10 file folder system is key. People, please remember, you can only get this system here on HSN. You cannot get it anywhere else. These are the 10 most important areas of your life. The very first one, and as we go through these, down here are all the information I want you to keep in this file folder system. It gets very large. It opens up like this. So you can work on it. You will love it. So the very first one, personal documents. Okay, next, credit, debit, FICO scores, college and finance, auto, RV, motorcycle, boat. Think about it. If I were to ask you right now, where's the title to your car? Where's the title to your motorcycle? Where's the title to this? Would you even have a clue where it was? Next, real estate, insurance, retirement and investments, estate planning, and I have trusts in there, estate planning, Social Security and Medicare, and taxes. These are the 10 most important areas of your life. Important. Next. On this side, there is an organizational feature. This time, I filled it for you. This morning, I showed it to you empty, but if you had to grab and go, whether it's a hurricane or a flood or a fire or wherever it is, look at everything that's happened throughout the United States this year. Would you be able to find your passports right away? Do you have extra keys stashed somewhere? Do you have your extra, for contacts? Do you have your insurance cards? Do you have an inhaler if you need one? Do you have a backup to your computer? Anything that you feel that you need should go in here. That way you are totally prepared. Now that's the organizational part of this. The real magic comes with this card here. This card comes with every single gold box. And when you get this card, it is going to give you everything that you need to put into this box. Take a look at what is on this card. You're gonna go, and on the back of it, you're gonna go to where it tells you to go to and put in your activation code that's right there. Once you have done so, it's going to unlock the 6 nuggets that are here, just like you're about to see on your screen. They are, as you see, the must-have, the insurance, the debt eliminator, the e-books, the expense tracker, all of them. Now, please know this is good on PC and Macs. It is good in all 50 states. Internet access is required. Here's a little detail on each one of the nuggets. The must-have documents. People, I call them the must-have because you must have them. They are the revocable trust, the will, the advanced directive and durable power of attorney for healthcare, and the financial power of attorney. Those documents alone, if you went to an attorney, would be $2,500. What does this nugget do for you? It protects you and your loved ones. The insurance evaluator. So many of you are wasting money on insurance, or you're underinsured, you're overinsured. If you have home, auto, life, disability, or long-term care, this nugget literally evaluates those policies for you. If you want to buy them, it tells you what to buy. It will save you money. Nothing like it exists out there anywhere. The debt eliminator. You know and I know you have credit card debt. Once you like an action plan to get out and stay out of credit card debt, that's what this nugget does for you. The expense tracker. You need to know what your true monthly living expenses are. The reason you're in debt is you spend more than you're really making and you don't even get it. That will do it. I love this one, the Protection 10 book library. This is 1 book each that goes with one of those file folders. It's 466 pages, constantly updated. You will love this. You can use it on your Kindle or on your iBook. The do's and don't protection cards. Let's just say you're lazy and you don't want to read the books, you don't want to do this. These cards, you go to them, it will say, do this, don't do that. Do this, don't do that. Whether it's insurance, retirement accounts, buying a house, buying a car, whatever it is, you just pick up this little do and don't cards. It's right there. Again, lives on your iBooks, Kindle. You can access it anytime you want, and it will always be there to protect you. Those are the 6 nuggets, but everybody truthfully is getting this for the must-have documents. In the last show at 8 a.m. this morning, which we sold 2 or 3 times or whatever it was more than we were supposed to sell at that time, we only got to the must-have documents, so take a look. When you go, you click on it, and this is exactly what it looks like. You're going to be able to, in just 30 minutes to 1 hour, to complete all of the must-have documents. You're going to be able to import your pictures. You're going to be able to see me right there to help you through if you have any questions. You simply will answer the questions. After you have answered the questions, you do what? You just look at what we've done for you. We literally pick the correct version of the documents for you. It's different if you're married, single, children, no children, blended. This is not one size fits all, people. It is not. After we have selected the correct ones for you, you fill them out. No big deal. And you're going to be able to listen to Janet, the trust lawyer, who created these, take you through line by line. Now, do you see everything in blue? These are legal documents. You click on it, you can read it or hear her explanation of what these words mean if you don't understand. Everything in red, you put that in. Carla is who you are leaving it to. Hey, you want to change it. Notice the pictures right from your picture library. You click on it, and now it's Robin who's going to be able to do it. And we automatically repopulate all the documents with your corrections. Then you do what? You print them out. And you get instructions. This is state specific, so your instructions will be printed according to the state that you live in. You have to get it notarized, witnessed, that's it. You have to make the changes that's involved with it. In an hour, you personalized them, you printed them out. You went and got them notarized, witnessed, made the changes, and then you put them where? In your protection portfolio. Now, those 4 must-have documents alone, if you went to see a lawyer, would be at least $2,500, people. But it's not just $2,500, because you get to do what? You can change this anytime you want. We have what's called protection help, where you can go online, I'll show you that in a second, and we will answer your questions for you in regards to this program. It's constantly updated, and Suze Shareware, what does that mean? That means it just takes one of you to step forward and say, yeah, today's the day. Today is the day that I'm going to start to choose to protect myself, to protect my family, to be smart with my money, to not be a victim to my circumstances. I am going to do what I know I have always needed to do, but for some reason you haven't. You do this, you have my permission to take this and give it to your mother, your sister, your brother, your neighbor, your church, your nursing home. I don't care who you give it to, because the goal of this is not for every single one of you watching to buy one. Oh, no, no, no. If it was, I wouldn't be saying give this. The goal is for every single one of you watching, and every single one of you who's watching who you know somebody, to give it to them so that if something happens, you are prepared. And all kinds of things can happen in life. It's not just if you die, it's if you get sick, if a house burns down, whatever it may be. So that's what this is about.
So protecting our family, protecting our money, and protecting our tomorrows is what you're delivering to us.
But protecting our tomorrows today.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes, you know, Marlo, we wait, and here's the problem. It's too late.
No.
Tomorrow's come, and it's like, oh, I should have done that.
Right.
Yeah, it didn't.
Or tomorrow doesn't come, and then your family is left with trying to work out everything. So we are saying take action, take the first step. We are so fortunate to have Suze. We've been watching Suze for over 35 years. She has been our personal financial champion and expert.
They're thinking, oh, she can't be that old.
I know, because you look so pretty, and you have a birthday coming up.
I know, I'm going to be 67. Can you believe it?
Oh, my gosh, you are blessed with the best genes.
For full Social Security. Can you believe it? But I'm not taking it to 70, nor should any of you. Anyway.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're inviting you to call. I have to remind everybody that Suze was here in January and sold out. Every show she had last year sold completely out, and already we're well ahead of the amount that we thought that we would sell. So we're inviting you. It's going to be the best $16.20 that you've spent. We're going to go to the phone lines. This is a nice time and a nice opportunity for you to be able to select it. We're going to New Jersey. You know anything about New Jersey?
I don't know a lot about New Jersey.
Well, you're going to meet Sue right now. Hi, Sue. You're live
But
with
I know
Suze.
Sue from New Jersey kind of has my same name.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Hi, girlfriend.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fabulous. Thank you very much.
I actually ended up, I'm going to have two questions for you.
All right.
My first question is about the revocable trust.
Yes.
And didn't you say that if we put the house in a revocable trust, I have to change the deed?
Yes. Not the deed. You have to change the title from your individual name, Sue, into the title of the trust held for your benefit while you're alive and whoever else's benefit after you have died. Because the problem with a will, which most of you may have or some of you may not even have, is with a will, when you die, the will says so-and-so is to get your house, but the title or the deed to your house, the title to your house, is still in your name. There's no way to get it over to your beneficiaries without it having to go through probate. So a judge looks at that will, and then it can take months, it takes a lot of money, and then signs your name for you, because now you're dead, on that deed or title over to your beneficiaries. In a trust, you've already done that while you're alive. That's why it's called a living revocable trust. You do it while you're alive, and the trust is the name of the document.
All right, so even though the house is in both me and my husband's name.
Yeah, so it will be both of your names. You'll both have trusts.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Sue.
Now, I have one other question that I didn't tell them about, and I just wanted your input.
All right.
We have a mortgage. We're 69 years old.
Yeah.
I have the opportunity to pay it off now.
Sue, is this a house that you're going to stay in the rest of your life?
Yes.
Pay it off. Just
And not
that simple.
invest it.
Hey, Sue, for the sake of time, we've got to go, but thank you very, very much for your phone call.
Do not invest it. You just see the market go down a few hundred points, 1,000 points. It's like, no. For everybody out there, because they should know this, if you have a home that you know you're going to stay in forever, the #1 goal, especially into retirement, is to pay it off. Nothing makes you feel more secure than owning your home outright.
Well, we certainly want to take all the phone calls. And I know many of you have questions, and I think a lot of people do have more questions than ever because of the uncertain markets that are happening. I was asking you behind the scenes. I'm like, Sue, what do I do, Susie, in this stock market issue? I mean,
but for you, the stock market going down is a good thing because you're so young. So the more it goes down, the more you invest in it, the more shares you buy, and in the long run, when it does go up, you'll make more money. For Sue, who's 69, and she may need that money, it is not a good thing that the stock market is going down.
So we all have our unique places, which is why this is so comprehensive. We're going to go back to our phone line, Susie.
And we talk about those kinds of things in this program
do.
here.
Let's say hi to Pam, who is calling from West Virginia. Hi, Pam. You're live with Suze Orman.
Oh, it's so nice to talk with you ladies.
Thank you, Pam.
Susie, I bought your kit the last time you were on TV. My mom and dad, when they lived in New York State before they passed away, did pay over $2,500 for a trust.
Yes.
And when they passed, it made it so easy for my sister and I to handle all their business. So I wanted the same thing for when my husband and I are gone. Now, I'm 68. And I'm not computer literate. And to be honest with you, I was kind of scared to even start.
Yes.
So I put it aside for a couple of weeks. And then one day I said, well, I've got to tackle this. I got to it. I got on the computer. It was so easy.
Yay!
And it was fun.
Yeah.
And we have done everything step by step. Every other week I'm saying, okay, to my husband, we're going to go to the library free. We're going to have this notarized. And we've got our bank accounts funded into the trust, and our life insurance funded, and all of our wills, and everything is done in your kit. And our last step this Thursday, we have an appointment with a local attorney just to get our home, let her get that titled into the trust.
Yeah, you know, you don't have to use an attorney, by the way, to get it titled into the trust. You can go to any title company, and they will do it for you as well.
I called here locally. I don't know if it's because it's West Virginia, a small town. They didn't want to handle it.
They didn't want to handle it. All right, but usually a title company
and get it done.
Yeah, but she shouldn't charge you, or he shouldn't charge you very much money at all to do that.
Right.
It's like,
right.
you know,
But I want to tell everybody, especially if you are older, like me. Not that I feel old. And if you're afraid of computers a little bit, I mean, I can play pool on Facebook, and that's about it. But this was simple, and it was explained in layman's terms.
How nice.
And I would not hesitate to tell anybody to go ahead and buy it.
oh, thank you, Pam.
That's the nicest call.
Sweetheart.
Thank you
I
so
love
much,
that.
Pam, for that phone call.
Yeah.
She said it's easy, but she also said that it's fun, and I'm so happy that she called, because I think there are a lot of people like Pam. They're afraid of computers. They're afraid of tablets.
Yeah, but here's the thing, everybody. You don't need a computer. The new program that we just put out is good on an iPhone, a smartphone, and a tablet, an iPad. You can start it on your computer, pick it up on your iPad, continue on your iPhone. I do everything on my iPhone. I don't even use my computer anymore. And one thing that this program does that no other will and trust program out there does is that there is a section. You name your beneficiary. Then it says, want to put their picture in. And you can see here, there are pictures of people throughout. And so what's wonderful about this is that if you happen to tell somebody you left them something and then you changed your mind, they won't fight about it in the end, because they're going to see, oh no, mommy said it was for me. But it's so simple, especially on your iPhone. You either take a picture right then and there, goes straight in, or you go to your library on your iPhone or iPad or whatever, it goes straight in. Fabulous. I can't even tell you, but we have a helpline for every single one of you. All you have to know is, like, you know, if you want to make changes, you just click on it just like this. You want to add a gift recipient, you do so. You see it says click to upload their picture, you just click, it uploads their picture, and then you have who you want there. And it's just that simple. And as I started to say, we have a helpline for every single one of you. So if you want, you can either call in an 800 number, you can do a live chat, you can send in an email. So if you are afraid on any level, you don't have to be, because we're right there to help you.
Absolutely. So we are saying say yes. Suze is only here today, and she only has one more show. So this is an opportunity for you to really get the weight of the world off of your shoulders with what do you do to protect your family? What do you do to protect your finances? And listen, we've trusted Suze all of our lives, especially with our money, and especially women. But we certainly want to hear from you today. Don't forget that everybody is invited to order. This is just $16.20 when you use FlexPay. You've got 30 days to make a final decision. But remember, this only takes about 30 minutes to an hour to complete. And if you were to go out and try to get these 4 documents done at a lawyer's office, you'd pay over $2,500. So make the phone call. Suze is going to show us something else, because this gold box is for your documents, but it's also going to save you in those times where in an emergency and you've got to go.
Yeah.
This is really important, Suze.
So here's just what I want to show you, which is why I'm over here. Most of you store all of your documents in a manila folder like this. All right, I have paper in there. I have paper in here too, and I'm opening these up later so you can see. First of all, right, I want you to see that if I push this down, it does not go down. This is a 5-pound brick, people, that if I put on here, it still doesn't push it down. When things go on here and over time, and this starts to sink in here, there's going to be a big difference when we come back in just a few minutes between your paperwork in here and your paperwork there. Now, why am I showing you this demonstration? I'll tell you why. Years ago, I came home, and don't ask me why. I used to keep a lot of stuff in my file cabinet and in manila folders on the bottom of my closet. Sound familiar? Okay. And what happened was my water heater rusted out. Who knew, right? I come home to like 3 inches of water everywhere, all my paperwork was ruined. Now, what's important for you to understand is for a trust to be valid, a will to be valid, you have got to show them your original paperwork. A copy of it isn't going to fly. They don't care. They want to see the original stamp, the original paperwork. So you need a really safe place to keep all of this. Now, next thing you should know, who created these documents? Wouldn't you expect that Suze Orman had one of the best trust lawyers in America? And wouldn't you like to have the same trust lawyer that I have? Now you can via this program. Janet has created all of these. If you went and looked in my gold box, you would see the exact same documents. Maybe my assets are different, whatever, but I have the exact same documents. Now, I want to talk about that just for one quick second. Years ago, 30 years ago or whatever it was now, people used to come see me. I was a financial advisor, and they would show me their documents. Some of their documents were so horrific, it would have been better if they didn't have documents at all. You have got to know without a shadow of a doubt that the documents that you are creating are the best documents out there. These are my documents. I don't know how to do a better testimonial than that, right? Now, they're going to be your documents. They have so many more things in it than just leaving things to your beneficiaries. People, you know, a lot of times, Marlo, people say, why do I need something more than a will?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Well, why don't I just have a will? Because a will, the less money you have, the more you need a revocable trust. A will simply says where your assets are to go upon your death, and it does it in the most costly way possible. A revocable trust not only says where your assets are to go upon your death and makes it a very cost-effective way, if you don't die, let's say you get sick or you become incapacitated, a will isn't going to help you at all. Who's going to pay your bills for you? Who's going to, write your checks for you? If you get older, you have a stroke. So I don't care whether you're married, single, I don't care. Every single person out there needs a living revocable trust, whether you are 30, 40, 50, or 60, because you need to appoint before something happens who's going to be your successor trustee. If something happens to you, who does things for you, who watches over your money, who takes care of you? And parents out there, please remember, children cannot inherit money. Minors cannot inherit money. So if you have a 5-year-old and you left them money via a life insurance policy, it's going to go in a blocked account until they're 18. If you had a revocable trust, you would just make your trust the beneficiary and appoint who would be the trustee over your child, and then everything would be great.
Well, I have a lot of questions that people are giving us, and we're going to go over some of those questions. We want you to engage with us. Here's your opportunity to talk with Suze live right here at HSN. So our testimonial talk line is open. Many of you have purchased the gold box with all, of course, those legal documents, and we're going to tell you some of the other things that you're going to get. But we want to hear from you. So be a part of the show, and most certainly take advantage of the chance to be able to pick this up today. Remember that this is exclusive. You can't find this anywhere else. Suze is only here today. There's only one more show. We've sold just this year alone over 22,000 of these. And since Suze has launched here at HSN, more than 115,000 of you have sold.
So I want to know something funny, though, because I'm thinking about this. Oh, you can find the must-have documents, right? Listen to me, there's an infomercial running right now. You'll pay $100 just for that.
Oh, wow.
Or if you watch the PBS specials, you're going to pay $242.
I've seen you in PBS.
Okay?
Yes.
Or right here on HSN, you not only get the must-have documents, you get the other discs, the other things that we haven't talked about, and you get the box. You get nowhere.
And you get FlexPay.
You get
because this is $16.20.
So you will not find this gold box anywhere, and you will not find this program anywhere for this amount of money.
So some of the questions you've already asked, but we have a lot of people that are asking some questions.
Okay.
So I'm just going to run over a few of them.
Let's do it.
Someone has said that they're single, they don't own a home.
Yep.
They don't have any children, they rent, and they don't have a lot of money. Do they need this?
Yeah, let me tell you why you need this. Number one, don't just think of this as the must-have documents. You need to think about this as your life in a box. There is information in here for you that you're not going to find anywhere else. If you're young, you're single, you have what? Maybe you have renter's insurance. Do you know if you have enough rental insurance or not? You have car insurance. You have all kinds of things. And so the insurance evaluator might come to play in your situation, or maybe you're in debt. The debt eliminator will come to play. The expense tracker will come to play. The 10 ebook library will absolutely change your life. This is your life in a box. So maybe right now you're not with money, you're not with a relationship, you're not whatever. It's not just about that. You have a retirement account. You want to save for when you're elderly. Do you have a Roth IRA? Do you have a traditional IRA? Are you invested in loaded mutual funds? Are you buying a variable annuity? Do you know any of these things? Or are you making mistakes? The biggest mistake you are going to make is the mistake you don't even know that you're making. So I do not want you to think about this as just you're buying it for the must-have documents. Oh, no, no, no. You're buying it for the must-have documents, but you're also buying it for the other 5 nuggets. You're buying it for the organizational feature, and you are buying it so that one day you can call in and say, you know what? I listened to everything that was in that gold box, and I have money now, and I own a home now, and I maybe do have a family now, and I have all these things now, but I also have everything in place to protect them. So you betcha you need this box. You betcha you do.
Someone wants to know, they live in Iowa.
Yeah.
And they want to know if this program will work in Iowa.
Yes. So did you see at the beginning when we started, it said good in all 50 states. Now listen to me closely on this, all right, everybody? So now I'm going to educate you a little. Do you know how when you have a corporation, sometimes you hear, oh, incorporated in Nevada, incorporated in Delaware. You can choose to incorporate a company in any state you want and abide by their laws. The same is true with trust laws. The state that governs this trust is the state of California. Why? Because the state of California has the most liberal trust laws of all. So it does not matter, I'm a Florida resident, I have this trust. I don't care what state you live in, this trust will be valid for you. It's how you witness this, how you notarize it. So when you put in what state you live in, the directions and instructions for the state that you live in will come out to make sure that you just simply notarize it correctly, witness it correctly, and you are set.
Well, this hour is going by really, really quickly. We want to definitely invite you to call. This is important for everyone. You talked about, doesn't matter the age, doesn't matter if you have a lot of money or no money. Everyone needs to be able to have this information and most importantly, have these 4 legal documents. I'm extending an invitation for you to shop. Suze is only here today and today only. You can't find this value anywhere else at $16.20, and please don't wait. As I mentioned, every single visit, and I'm so proud, every time you hear this sells out, and that just tells me that we all want to get a hold of this. I know we all want to be able to do the right thing by our family and with our money, and Suze is providing us with those tools. We're going to go to our phone lines and take some live questions and phone calls. Carolyn from Louisiana is calling in. You're live with Suze Orman, Carolyn.
Hi. My goodness.
Hello.
It is very, very good just to hear from you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
What's your question or comment, Carolyn?
My question is, my husband just retired, 45 years on his job. And he just did that March the 1st. So he's pretty much like, we've just been going through so much with brokers and this and that. They want to like give us a monthly check and then take his money because he's taking a lump sum. So it's kind of pretty big. And one gentleman wanted to lock it down for 7 years. And I'm like, he's 64, I'm 66. We just don't know what to do.
Yeah, you know, Carolyn, in here I talk about pension plans because you have to be very, very careful in today's low interest rate environment. That does it make sense for you to take the money and invest it somewhere where you don't really maybe know where to invest it? Or are you better off taking a monthly income so that you get a monthly income every single month, and upon his death, you continue to get that same monthly income. It's called the 100% joint and survivor benefit. So that's why all these things are so important. I can tell you in 9 out of 10 of the cases, it is far better for you to take a pension and take 100% joint and survivor benefit, which simply means you get X amount of money, he dies, you get X amount of money, at the same amount of money. That's probably how I would advise you. Without knowing more, I can't, but there's so much to know. We cover some of that in here. And you know, Carolyn, if I've been known that if you happen to send an email in or whatever and you kind of need help like that, I've been known to actually give a call back and advise you directly, because I'd rather make sure that you know exactly what you're doing than to make a mistake. So why don't you make sure that the producer has your phone number, and sometime in the next week or so, I'll give you a call.
Carolyn,
all right?
hold on for us for a moment, okay? Thank you very much for your phone call.
We're just like, we just don't know what to do.
You're gonna know soon, because I'm calling you, girlfriend.
Carolyn, hold on for us. Don't hang up. But you can hear how anxious and nervous she is. Here, her husband has worked all his life. He is retiring, just retired at the beginning of the month. She's scared to death.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that.
And if you were to look at the 10 books that we have, that's one of the nuggets. One of the books is on retirement planning. And when I say these are books, these aren't just little flip-flop things. As you see on your screen right now, these are all books that you can choose. And since we were talking about it, let's choose retirement. Take a look at the topics that I cover. You know, everything that you need to know about retirement, how, you know, should you take a traditional pension plan, all of those things. And you see there's charts and everything in here. So, you know, you'll be able to help yourselves, because obviously I'm gonna call her, but I can't call every single one of you. But that is why we put together this system here. So everything, again, I want you to think about this as your life in a box. If you need to know how to invest, it's going to tell you how to do so. If you need to know what kind of insurance you should buy, it's going to tell you to do so. It's going to tell you about buying a car, getting out of debt, real estate, how to take title, how to do everything you could possibly want to know, from student loans, from the day that you graduate all the way to the day that you die, people. It's going to give you all of that in just one gold box. And so it's not just the must-have documents, although if that's all it was, you should still buy it no matter what.
But the amount of information, I remember buying your books when I was, I think, in my 20s and 30s. And I will tell you, I'm so grateful that I did. And I know so many of you have as well, because you helped me chart this course where in uncertain times, I can have peace of mind. And I think at the end of the day, that's what most of us want to have. That's why we trust Suze so very much. And why we're so happy that she's here. We can only have her for one day, though. She's only here today.
One more hour, 9 o'clock tonight.
She only has one more hour. And so if you want this information, this is what Suze has spent her life putting together for us. She genuinely and sincerely wants to empower us, not only to protect ourselves, protect the people that we love, and to protect our money. And she is giving us a chance to not only pick this up for $16. Can you imagine how affordable this is? $16.20. She's also saying, share it. Share it with your sister. Share it with your parents. Sit your grandparents down. I could tell you my personal nightmare of a story where I've been in probate for over a year with a large piece of land that my grandparents owned, and they didn't leave a will. And they didn't leave a trust. And I was saying to Suze, because when I met Suze over a year ago, she helped me kind of get some guidance and get my hands around it. It's still not settled. And I am fortunate where I am able to pay lawyers because they didn't have a will and they didn't have a trust.
But what
We're
a
in
shame.
probate court.
What a shame to spend thousands and thousands of dollars.
And years.
And years. You know, again, I'm just gonna say this as a little educational right now for you so that you understand why these two documents are so important, all right? Because I know everybody says to you, all you need is a will. Your bankers, everybody says, When I hear somebody say all they need is a will, I want to take them and I want to ring them because what is wrong with them? Again, a will is simply a document that says where your assets are to go when you've died. My mother has a home, let's just say, in California for $200,000. Good luck finding a home for $200,000 in California. She creates a will that says Susie is to get it upon her death. She dies. The title to the house is still in her name. For me to get that house, I have to take this will, I don't do it, a lawyer does it, down to probate court. Just to file in probate court is $1,000 or $2,000. And then it will take 6 months to 2 years in the state of California for a judge to validate this will, meaning my mom really wants to leave it to me and not my brothers. And just for that, and to sign the name of my mother over to me, statutory probate fees, meaning no way around it, it's about $15,000, people, even if my mother didn't have any equity in her home. Are you kidding me? A living revocable trust. Very simple. She took the steps while she was alive to change the title from her name into the title of the trust. Ann Orman, trustee for the Ann Orman Living Trust. Held for her benefit while she's alive, my benefit after she has died. Simple. She dies, 2 weeks later, the title's already changed. It goes to me, doesn't really cost me anything at all. Are you kidding me? But mommy doesn't die. Mommy gets sick. Mommy becomes incapacitated. Mommy died when she was 97, and thank God she had a little Susie to take care of her, really. Incapacity clause in this trust that says if mommy can't take care of herself, Susie can step in and sign for her. Susie can do certain things as soon as just one doctor says she can't do it anymore. Everything that is in this trust is something that you need. The less money that you have, the more you need a trust. Why do you also need a will? A trust are for assets like your bank account, your house, your investment account. A will governs all those things that don't have a title. You know, your bathrobes, your jewelry that you might have, whatever it may be, is governed by your will. This governs your financial money.
So once I've completed my will and my revocable trust.
And these two, because these two come out all at the same time.
What do I do next?
Next, what you're going to do is you're going to take these documents and you're going to follow the directions that are printed out with it, and you are going to get them notarized. You are going to get them witnessed. You will go to a title company if you own a piece of real estate and change the title. It should take you just an hour or so from your name into the title of the trust. You will fund the trust. You will send all the paperwork to your brokerage firm to change the title of your investment account from your name into the title of the trust, and whatever else, your bank account, into the title of the trust. And you're done. That's it.
All right, we are going to go to our phone lines. We only have minutes remaining in the show. If you'd like to get this at home, I am telling you, it is going to change your life. Some of the most important things in your life, your money and being able to protect your family. Brenda from Illinois is calling in to speak with Susie. Hi, Brenda. You're live with Suze Orman.
Hi, how are you?
We're great.
Great. I'd like to say this is not a fake call. I have been a follower of Susie. She has been my mentor for years. I was probably one of the first ones to get the blue attaché case, and I have used the case. She is right. The documents are easy to follow. If you get stuck on a particular document or part of the CD, all you have to do is call the 800 number. They will talk you through it. I just have to say rave reviews for that kit because I have the blue one.
All right, so Brenda, here's what I have to tell you since you have the blue one. And if you're all wondering, what does that mean? When this first came out, it was the green one, then it was the blue one, then it was the silver one, now it's the gold one. And here was my promise to all of you. Every time we upgrade it or we change something, you get to upgrade for absolutely free. So this new one, Brenda, has a whole lot of information in it that the blue one does not have. have. The blue one had CD-ROMs. It's old-fashioned. This now you can do on your iPhone. This has pictures. This has a whole new thing. And you can do all 4 literally 1 hour now. So you should call the 800 number, or if you want, we can give it to you and, you know, but contact us, and then we'll give you the passcode that allows you to absolutely upgrade to the new one for absolutely free. You got that, girlfriend?
Oh, absolutely, Susan. I have a whole library from Women and Money, the Money Twos, Do's and Don'ts.
That's fantastic.
Psycho, everything.
And just so you all know, because you just mentioned Women and Money, starting April 12th, I'm going to have a new podcast called Women and Money. You should all go to Apple Podcast and subscribe to that. And every week I'm going to be coming to you ladies and the women and men out there who care about it. So
give us the date again on
April
that?
12th.
April 12th. We're going to do that. Thank you, Brenda, for your phone call. So here's what we're doing. We, in fact, are going to encourage you to shop. We're so fortunate. I know I've said that a couple of times, to have you here, because these decisions are so important to all of us. With minutes remaining in the show, we want to invite everybody to take advantage of it. Remember, it is sold out every time. It is exclusive. It's super affordable. Just those 4 legal documents would cost you over $2,500 with a lawyer. You can share it. Don't forget, all you need is internet. That's the only requirement. You can do this on a Mac, you can do it on a PC, an iPad, you can do it on a cell phone, a smart device. But we're gonna go back to Susie, because earlier in the presentation, Susie took the gold box and dunked it in some water and put a brick on top of it. How's it going over there?
So here's what I wanna show you. Why did Susie create a water-resistant box? Because flooding, everything's happening today. You want to know that the paperwork inside here is safe and sound, because remember what I told you? You have to have the originals or it is not valid. I'll take the 5-pound brick off of this, all right? Now, most of you that keep all your stuff here, this is now what it looks like, all right? Do you see all this paperwork? It would no longer now be valid for you on any level. Do you see that in there? It's no good. In here, right, now this has been sitting there for some time, all right? Let me just briefly open for you. In here, you have totally dry paperwork. Do you see that, everybody? And that's what you need. Do you want to take this in case something happens to your lawyers? Or do you, I was told not to get my jacket wet. KT said, don't get your jacket wet. Or is this what you want to take to them? Really? So that is why it is so important. This paperwork is important. This is your life. This is your family. This is everything. So you have to keep it in a place that will keep it nice, safe, and sound.
Well, with only 8 minutes remaining in the show, you still have a chance to ask Susie your questions. We certainly want to hear from you. In the meantime, we are getting additional questions. A lot of people have said, you know, they've been in situations where they didn't do a will, and no, they certainly didn't have a revocable trust. So what happens? I don't have a will, I don't have a revocable trust, I die, I pass away. What then happens?
I'll tell you, you're screwed. And the reason is this, whether you know it or not, if you die without a will, you die in what's called intestate succession. So the state that you live in has already decided where your assets are to go. So think about this. You're married. You get divorced, you have kids, and now you marry somebody else, but you have a home that's just in your name alone. And your kids from your previous marriage, they don't like your new husband. They like their father, they don't like that you remarried, happens all the time. You die without a will. Now you go into intestate succession, and it is probable that your husband will get 50% of your house and your kids from your previous marriage will get the other 50%. Now your husband owns this house with kids that do not like him. Think about that. And all kinds of things start from there. You also have to be very careful, because so many of you get the advice, who needs a trust? Why do that? Just put your kid's name on the title as joint tenants. And if you have joint tenancy upon your death, it immediately will go to them without probate. Go ahead, do that. But here's the problem, people. real estate is public record. So if you happen to have your kid's name on your real estate, and that kid is in a car accident and injures somebody, a lawyer is going to find that they own a piece of property. You're going to lose your home before you have any idea. Don't play around with this stuff. Minors can't inherit money. You don't want to put your kids on as joint tenancy. If you own a home and one of you becomes incapacitated and you own it in joint tenancy with right of survivorship, you cannot sell it. You have to go get a conservatorship. All of the possibilities and probabilities of what can go wrong are taken care of right here. And again, we still didn't get to the insurance evaluator or all the other stuff that is on there.
It's all there. Credit card debt, you're going to buy a car. I just want to show you very quickly, in the few seconds that we have left, that it's not just the 4 must-have documents, by the way. On that golden nugget, there are so many more documents, it's not even funny. There are over 75 documents. Take a look at your screen, people. When I said that this is for absolutely every aspect of your life, I meant it. It goes through everything that you can possibly want to know. So the question about, what kind of pension that we got earlier, this will help you in every possible way. So you have that, you have the 10 books, you have the do's and don'ts cards that we can show you very quickly, that again are the do this, don't do that, do this, don't do that. We have 90 questions that I've asked Janet, the trust lawyer, that she answers, so that you know everything. Again, everything can live on iBooks. It goes right on there. This one, happens to be about investments, which we put up, Marlo, because you want to know what should you be investing in. This is a do's and don't protection card for you so that you don't make the mistakes. This is a complete financial package for you. Again, the insurance evaluator, which we don't have time to show you, but what it does is in the 5 most important areas of your life, from auto, home, disability, life, and long-term care. If you're going to buy any of those, you just simply answer questions and it tells you exactly what to buy. You call your insurance agent up and you buy it. If you already have any of those policies, you answer the questions, and I tell you via this program if you're overinsured, underinsured, and what changes you should make. It will save you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. There's so many questions that we want to ask you.
All right.
I feel like we almost need another half an hour or more.
Let's do it.
Some of the questions that people are asking, they'll complete the will, they'll complete the revocable trust, but then something happens in life. They get a divorce.
Yes.
They want to write one of their children out of the will.
I do that all the time. So here's what you got to do, peeps, right? This is why I love this program. Every time you want to make a change, you just come back, you hit the change, make a change, you change what you want, you print them out, you go get them notarized and witnessed again, and it invalidates the other one and other. So this is exactly what it looks like. It asks you, do you need to make any changes? What do you want to do? Right? And it says you want to make a change. What do you want to do? Maybe you want to add a gift recipient. Who do you want to add? You click on it, now they're added, or they're deleted, or whatever it may be. So again, $2,500 value for the 4 must-have documents, but it's not just the 4 must-have. It's over 75 documents on here, 93 essential web links. You have a helpline that you can either call, send in an email, or do, where you chat with them online. You can share this with as many people as you want. You can come back as many times as you want, and you can change it. Every time we update it, you get an update for absolutely free.
Piece of plastic could be so much fun. Now, when you apply for the HSN card, instantly get $10 off. It's all about you. Extra flex on the things you love. Now, when you use your HSN card, you get extra flex all day, every day on all jewelry, beauty, and fashion purchases. Plus, no interest VIP financing, VIP easy returns, exclusive offers, all with no annual fee. Apply now. Call 1-800-695-1418 or search HSN card at hsn.com.
The appraised values you see at HSN are set by independent, professionally certified appraisers. They determine, as closely as possible, the approximate retail cost of replacing or recreating the item. not the possible sell or purchase price. Because subjective estimates and judgments are involved, appraisals may vary by as much as 25%. Call your customer service rep for more information.
This is one of the ways that is one of the most important ways that you're going to be able to protect your identity, and it's with Embassy. It is with a shredder that is going to work and work and work. It makes it so simple for you to not just shred your papers, but to shred even those old credit cards or the hotel keys. You can shred CDs with these, DVDs with these that maybe you have pictures with. And why is this so important? Not just us standing here yapping away going, you need to do this. Federal Trade Commission says there are many steps consumers can take to minimize their risk of being an identity theft victim. For example, consumers should closely guard their social security number, shred charge receipts, copies of credit applications, and other sensitive documents. That's from the FTC. Well, we've got one of the biggest names when it comes to shredders. I think Embassy makes one out of every four.
Yeah.
Okay, so 25% of all the shredders out there are made by Embassy. But let me tell you, I have bought from the other 75%, and they break so often. The ones that I bought were overheating. One actually cracked. They made absolutely no sense. This is simple, easy technology that will make such a big difference. And the bin is huge on this one. $129.95 free shipping, 5 flex payments on it as well. Black, silver, we have rose gold. We have a beautiful kind of a steel cornflower blue, and then the red up here, always very popular. And we're even including for you some great software as well. So you're gonna, oops, sorry. You're also gonna get a free trial of your Shred Care accessories, which is your lubricant sheet and a liner bag. And then we're also going to include for you safety software. So Dock Lock is included. But these are the features that set this one apart, Bill. I mean, number one, on wheels. Number two, it pulls out. Number three, you can put 14 sheets in at a time.
This has power, and at the end of the day, we're walking away with that micro cut, not something from the 70s, a really fine shred. And these are where the features that Embassy gives us. You see the caster, so I can wheel it underneath the table or wheel it in front of the TV. By the way, the wheels are also great because this weighs about 20 pounds, so we ship it to you for free, which is awesome. But you mentioned that bin. This stays in place. I take the bin to the trash can, and look what I'm throwing away. Which one was a medical record? Which one was a tax document? Speaking of tax documents, do you know 49% of all identity theft happens during tax season, which is right now? And that's really where you start to protect yourself. So I'm gonna actually take the bin out, and I want you to see what micro cut looks like in action. It goes in 8 by 10, but on the other side, what document was that? What piece of paper does that go to? That is too hard for me to piece back together. I'm not gonna become the 1 in 7. So it's a finer, smaller shred. But look at this, that strip shred from the 70s, 120 pages, it's overflowing. Crosscut, which I'll show you what that looks like in a bit, it's about half of that and a better alternative. But microcut, it's a fraction of that. So the shred is smaller, but also doesn't fill up the bin as much. So it's safer, it's more convenient, because you know, a lot of us do have shredders, and just like with the home phones, it's time to upgrade. Don't want to trust your identity, your credit score to something from the 70s. So if you see this strip shred, is this what you have at home? Look at this one piece of paper. A little bit of information goes a long way. That has someone's identity on it. So a lot of us went to Crosscut, which is definitely a smaller shred, but you know what? If you're gonna go out and spend this today, get microcut. Look at how small and how fine that is. I mean, it's about a fraction of that, a quarter of the size. And the thing is, it is worth its weight in gold, because we've all been there, or we've heard that story where that friend who's a victim of identity theft, and the headache, the hassle, the higher interest rate they have to go through. Exactly. And the thing is, what you're noticing here is the evolution. It was strip shred, it's crosscut, and watch what's gonna happen. The gears are gonna grow and expand to give us that fine micro cut capability, and that is really where it has evolved to. But that evolution is because we had to, because it's being more secure. So I've taken the lid off, and I want you to see these gears. Industrial strength. You even have that dedicated DVD slot, which not all our shredders have. So that's what gives you the micro cut. And look at that shiny finish, which maybe you'll leave it out and use it more often, but hear this. That is 20 pounds that we ship to you for free, that performs like it's supposed to. Because you see, I'm going through page by page and envelope by envelope.
And you can just stick it in, it just takes it in. You don't have to like gently
No, I don't
feed
have time for
it
that.
in one at a time. Because a lot of things that I get, Bill, I don't want to have to open up every single piece of mail and take the stuff out. If it's a bank or somebody's going to give me a loan and I don't want to take it out, then just shred it.
They pad those envelopes so we have to open them up. Because yes, they have a pre-filled out credit application in there, but then they have advertisements and all that stuff, so we have to open it up. And then we can't just shred it. But you see what happens here. I'm shredding the envelopes. I'm actually shredding about 5 different pages here. There's 6 different paper clips. I'm gonna add staples. This is Alice's bane of her existence, are staples. And watch what happens.
Is it gonna... the first one I had would not do staples. And you do not realize how many staples are in your mail until you have to take each and every one out before you can shred it.
That come in the mail, that are in the files that you want to finally get rid of because you don't need them. The stuff that comes in the mail. Have you ever had a cardboard with your mailing address label? This is hard cardboard. Look at this.
I can't believe it can do cardboard.
Problem for this embassy
It's like
shredder.
Industrial strength. I mean,
truly, it's for your home, but you could also take this to work because everything just goes through it. And that's why it's such a huge customer pick. Because a lot of us have been there where it's like, I'm gonna get around to shredding and it becomes a chore and because you gotta babysit it. So it's just this pile and pile starts to grow. With this, you leave it out, it looks good, it performs like it's supposed to. And at the end of the day, what a lot of our reviewers have called that window, they call it that instant gratification window.